Hello, fellow gunners. Tim here at the Reloading Bench. I don't know if any other content creators has this problem or not, but this has got to be. I have tried to make this video for 2 weeks now, and it has got to be the most... I don't know. I don't even know where to start with this video, but here we go. I'm going to try. People be patient with me, because I have really been fighting this video. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the 7mm-08. Now, I'm shooting this in a CVA Hunter with a 20-inch barrel. And this is at 100 yards. I don't know what's going on now. If you guys have seen my previous videos with this gun, I am having a heck of a time shooting jacketed bullets. It shoots cast bullets. Now, I've only shot this gun so far at 25 yards since I've been putting it on video. But now I've stretched it out to 100. And I've been getting 1-inch groups with jacketed bullets at 25 yards, which is just, that's ridiculous. It should be going through the same hole at 25 yards. And now I've stretched it out to 100, and it reflects that. 4 or 5-inch groups, 3-inch groups. I have yet to shoot the cast bullets yet. That's to come, and we'll see how tight they shoot, since they're shooting 1/4-inch groups at 25, which that's what jacketed should be shooting. Anyway, here we go, guys. My first load, I went out and I bought me some H4350 powder. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Some of you are, some of you aren't. But here it is. And I was so used to using faster burning powders that I believe I was loading these on one night. Uncle Jim was having a do you want to chat night. And I was loading these up then, and right there you go, guys. Number one, if you're going to be throwing powder, don't be distracted. So, and I'm not blaming it on nobody but me. But I wanted to throw a powder charge of 45.5 grains, and I ended up, because I was used to shooting faster burning powders in the 38 grain range, I threw it at 35.5, which I didn't want to, but I'd already got the 5 thrown, and so I thought, what the hell, I'll shoot them. But they averaged out at 22.68 with an extreme spread of 77 feet per second. Which, at the time, I was thinking, okay, now I'm 10 grains, mind you, lower than where I wanted to start, and I'm already at 2,200 feet per second. So I'm like, okay, my starting charge is going to be ridiculously faster than what I wanted to start with. So I shot them, and now here's the weird thing. And I can't get the whole thing in. Let's see if we can zoom out and do a little bit better. This was the target I was shooting at, but it actually ended up shooting down here in my number 2 target. So here's my group, and I did not measure these guys. You can see they're 1-inch squares there. You can count them if you want. If you don't, you can just look at it and go, that is a horrible group. These 4 shots, not so bad, within 1.5 inches, but this one, and that could have been cold bore right off the bat, throwing it high, which that's probably true. But then too, it's not throwing it high if my aim point's up here and I'm shooting down here. So I shot these, and like I said, the average was 22.68 feet per second, which, you know, that's the low end of the spectrum. And then I finally I seen what I did wrong and I corrected it. Then I got to the 45.5 grains of 4350. My very first shot was 2,800 feet per second. And I knew right then, I was like, okay, that is where I wanted to end up, not start at. And then my second shot was 2810, 28.3, 27.90, and 27.78 with an average of 27.96 with an extreme spread of 32 feet per second. And it actually, of course, I'm aiming here because this is my second one. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be closer because it's hotter. Ended up being in the number one spot, my number one target. So they just swapped targets, and I'm like, wow, that's a big jump, guys, from aiming here and hitting here and aiming there and hitting here. But anyway, here's the group. It's about it's a 5-inch. You can tell by the squares. It's right at 5-inch group. These three's not too bad, and then these two jumped out. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with this rifle and jacketed bullets. Number one, I think right off the bat, I've got pressure issues. Okay. Here is where I think the issues is. Of course, it's not wanting to focus. See if we can get them at focus. I think right off the bat, I'm having pressure issues. And what the deal is, I've only got 20 pieces of 7mm-08 brass. That's actually factory 7mm-08 brass. So I necked down a bunch of military 308 brass, and I wanted to go down 10%. They tell you in the manual, go down 10% on your start charge and go from there. Well, me thinking I'm going with a start load and I wanted to go down 10%, I went off the max. So actually my start charge should be lower than what I'm doing. But now I'm going to show you guys something that's really strange about this. And this is the reason why I think I've got pressure issues. And like I said, I probably should have went 20% from the max charge, which would be right at 8 grains lighter, which I did start at 10. But I should have went up 2 more grains from there and started right at 27.5 or 47.5 grains or 48 grains of this powder. Whoa. Oh my God. See, I'm telling you guys, I am having issues with this video. It's just, okay. I should have started at 37.5 or 38 grains and then worked up from there instead of starting at 45.5. Okay. Now with 45.5 grains of 4350, I had an average speed of 27.96, an extreme spread of 32, which when I load, that ain't too bad because I don't weigh out my cases and I don't weigh my bullets and match them, but I do weigh every charge. So I do know they're 45.5. Okay. Now the next load I did, and I'm jumping 0.5 grains, half a grain intervals. I went to 46. Now here's the interesting thing. Even though I went up a half a grain, my velocities went down. I actually averaged 2783, which is 13 feet per second less. So see, what I'm thinking is it's actually pushing the bullet out before it can build up pressure, because it's already built up pressure, that it's relieving itself faster than what it would if it was just not maxed out. It's just maxed out. And but now here's my group with it. It's actually not too bad. I got 3 here within 1.25 inches. But then I've got 2 up here. Don't figure. So, I don't know. But, now here I'm going to get into something else real quick. I went out after watching Eagle Eye and shooting, and him talking about brass and starting out with fresh brass and working your developing loads and stuff. I decided to go out and buy some. And James Pollard, said he has good luck with PPU. So I found some PPU in 7mm-08. And I'll probably give a review on first looks. But here's the funny part. The very first, see if I can throw some light on it and get it focused in. The very first piece of brass I pull out of the bag has got a crease in the shoulder. So I don't know how long this piece of brass is going to last. Probably one shot. Probably won't even get it fire formed. Okay, so I will be revisiting these loads as they are, because it won't be military brass and I won't have to go down 10% to start out with. So knowing that I'm starting to see pressure, and and it's already faster than where I really wanted to be, I decided not to shoot the 46.5 grains. So from there, I went with the H380 powder, and I don't know if anybody's worked with H380. It's a good powder, but it is very weather sensitive. So one day, 50 degrees and shiny, you might shoot 3/8-inch groups. And the next day it's rainy and 75 and doing 2-inch groups. That's just how that powder works, that I have found out. But I want to get into the numbers. For some reason, at this point in time, my targets got all messed up, and I really don't have any targets for this powder. But let's get into the numbers. I started out at 43 grains with an average speed of 27.36, but my extreme spread was 101. Wow, that's all I got to say. That's just ridiculous. Okay, and then the next charge was 43.5. This is with H380. And I had an average speed of 27.58 and extreme spread of 71. Now you'll notice it's getting better, and with each half grain charge, I am increasing. That increased by 22 feet per second. Okay, and then the last load I done with the H380, which gets me into the speed that I want to be at for this 139 grain SST, a Hornady. It is at 2796, okay, which is a real good speed. Now, my extreme spread is coming down. It's 27 for the extreme spread, which means to me that this powder in this case, which, like I said, I'm going to revisit with commercial brass, still military brass, it seems to want to work better when it gets into a higher velocity or up more case density, however you want to say it. Like I said, I've got a target, but it only caught 2 bullets because it was shooting high with the max charge. If I get my paper to fold right, there they are, and I'm sure the other 3 were up here just off the paper. Probably shot pretty good, but I don't know because it was off the paper. All right, and then the last 3 charges with this 139 grain SST and the 7mm-08, I used AR Comp. Now, AR Comp is starting to be, right now, my favorite powder. I am really liking how it burns. I'm having good luck with accuracy, and it doesn't seem to take that much powder. You know, I'm not throwing 45 to 50 grains of powder in there to get the velocities that I want to get. I'm throwing in anywhere from 37 to 38, 40. With this style, with the 308 or the 7mm-08. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm already at 17 minutes. See what I mean? This video is just a disaster. Okay, so with 37 grains AR Comp behind this 139 grain SST and the 7mm-08, using Lake City military brass, neck down, I got an average velocity of 27.43 with an extreme spread of 38. Okay. So, and here is my target for it. Like I said, you can tell by the squares. There's 1, 2, about 2.5 inch group. I'll go across here. Yeah, about a 2.5 inch group. So nothing to write home about there as far as accuracy. But like I said, I'm not having good luck with jacketed bullets in this gun, and I don't know why. So the next load, 37.5 grains of AR Comp. My average velocity, now here's something funny. It actually went down. It went down. Now see, this probably due to case capacity. But anyway, 27.37 with an extreme spread of 25. My extreme spread got better, which is awesome. And here is my group for that load. Extremely bad. Now, I will have to say one thing. I'm using a bipod, which I'm not used to. I normally sandbag my guns. And this gun is extremely light. I mean, it's a little compact, extremely light rifle. Which could be a lot of my problem. Okay, now let's get into the last load with the AR Comp, which was 38 grains. My average speed there was 27.82. Now we picked back up on our speed, which right in here's where I want to be. I want to be in that 27.5 to 28 feet per second. My extreme spread was 17, so bam, there it is. And my group improved quite a bit. Here's my group with it. Now this is 4 shots, and I don't know why it's 4 shots unless I had one go into one of the others, but that's not bad. That's about 1.5 inch group there. Which can, you know, if you're just using it for a hunting rifle, which that's what most single shots are, they're not bench rest type rifles. So that kind of got better, but it's still not the group I'm looking for. The speed is right on mark, but I got to revisit this, and I just have a few SSTs left, so I may just go with the max charge of what I've came up with here with the military, 5 shots, and just go from there with the commercial brass. Well, guys, I'm actually glad this video is over. What I normally think is a big dumpster fire people like, and what I think is interesting, people go, why are you wasting their time? So here it is, guys. Sorry I wasted 22 minutes of your day, but thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Wow, Tim, I'm thinking you should have just burnt the evidence and walked away. Well, I'm glad that's over.